For the Lions, Marcus Dewhurst in goal, Rhys McNally, Brad Nicholson, Andre Jones, Hamza Ben Sharif with the captain's armband, Kennedy Diggy, Kane Felix, George Cantrell, Chris Sang, Aram Solomon, Gabriel Johnson. And on the bench, Scott Smith, Dylan Barkers, Lee Shaw, Paul Clayton and Nathan Newell. Commentary from Guiseley Radio, and as ever, video and the highlights produced by Matchpeak. 5 points. And we're about to get underway here. So the referee just about to get us underway. Sorry if we've just lost you for a moment. And the game is underway with the ball going back to Simon Grant, who's putting it back to the halfway line. But Guiseley at the moment under a lot of pressure on the field as Chester press once again. This time good movement from Dudley to get the ball out to the right-hand side, and a cross into the box could come. It does. It floats in towards Asante at the back post, over his head and behind for a goal kick. This corner from the left-hand side, 10 minutes gone, 0-0. And it will be a corner that will be whipped into the box again towards the crowded 6-yard area, and it goes over the head of Marcus Dewhurst and is nodded in at the back post. Dewhurst misjudged the flight of the ball in his own 6-yard box, and Guiseley trail by a goal to 0. Jones it is who seems to have headed the ball into the net. Not a good start for the Lions, but James Jones has headed Chester into the lead on 10 minutes. Guiseley 0, Chester 1. Solomon stands over with Nicholson as well. Diggy, Sang, McNally, Felix and Ben Sharif are all on the edge of the 18-yard box. As the delivery is from Nicholson and into the box. Almost falls towards Sang, but beaten away. I'll give the Lions a bit of confidence. A good ball into the box there. Meanwhile, Hartlepool are winning 1-0 at Oxford United. It's a kind of pretend shock scoreline. Seemed very balanced teams to me, Hartlepool and Oxford. Now the ball into the Guiseley penalty area, a bounce off the head of Hamza Ben Sharif, and eventually it bounces its way back to Marcus Dewhurst. A little bit tentative, all of that, though. Fouled, of course, in the FA Cup tomorrow against Sheffield United. He's the man taking the free kick and sending it long and into the Guiseley half. Picked up on the right-hand side by Jackson, who gets the ball into the box towards Dudley on the back post, but his header is up and over the crossbar and onto the roof of the net for Marcus Dewhurst to recover. Guiseley win back the second phase, though. Now a little bit better from the Lions, this now. Here comes Ben Sharif on the ball on the halfway line, gives it to McNally, Solomon, in towards the edge of the D. Felix finds Johnson on the edge of the area. Johnson can't get it away, takes a shot instead of feeding it through to Sang, but he was challenged in the meantime. Sang's arms are so wide, saying, I was clear through, just dink it through to me. And in the end, guys, he do get the corner, but it could have been so much more.
Well, both options were right, actually, because Johnson's coming across goal from right to left. He's wanting to shoot on his left foot. He backs himself in that situation. They tweeted something like, remember lads, we're on VAR today, so any of you with long noses or dangly shoelaces, can you time your runs a bit later?
Now a good ball to the right-hand side for Cantrell, who makes a good run, plays it into the box, over the back, towards Sang, who gets a header onto it. Unfortunately, he lost the pace as it landed to him, and his header isn't clean, and it's claimed by the goalkeeper, but better here from Guiseley. Plays it back into the centre circle. Still, Guiseley have most of the players forward. McNally back to Solomon, left-hand side. He doesn't want to go long from here. He does go long, and it's blocked on its path. And the counter-attack could be on here, but Solomon's not penalised, he's been fouled. He's down on the ground. And shrugs his shoulders around here, but a free kick to Guiseley.
Well, he went down holding his face, so the implication was that he's been caught in the air. There was no other, the bodies of the two players were well apart, so there's no other possible foul that could have happened in there other than the Chester player's arm being out a little bit too far for the referee's liking. And we'll be seeing if one of these tall players can get facing towards the goal to get a head onto it.
So the free kick will be taken by, it looks like either Aaron Solomon or Brad Nicholson. Solomon feigns to take it. Nicholson does. Whips this one in with the left foot, flicked on, goes up towards the back post. Helped away from Felix.
To be honest, it's creditable that we've gotten some chances towards the end of the first half here.
Corner comes in again, this time not dealt with at all, and it comes off the crossbar. Marcus Dewhurst let it go over his arms, and then the header, I think again, might even have been Jones, ricocheted back off the crossbar, I believe, before being scrambled away. The Lions live again. It's cleared, up and headed on by Diggy. Now Guiseley have it. Solomon inside the centre circle, turns, looks for another angle, plays it out to the right-hand side. Cantrell, he's held up on his tracks and tackled. As a position, sees all the players on the halfway line, ready to launch after a ball. Gabriel Johnson stands over it as we get ready to get underway for the second half. Referee, through the checks, blows the whistle. Guiseley, in white shorts, the blue, white shirts and blue shorts and socks. Against Chester in the all yellow. Concede a foul. Smith works hard to keep it in play, but can't keep possession. Disappointing delivery there, but Ben Sharif shows his worth by winning the header. Solomon again just lets the ball through, slips it through here into Bradley Jackson towards the edge of the area. Stopforth into the penalty area, plays it across the face of the goal. Shot comes in from Dudley, saved by the feet of Dewhurst, and then played away. Felix will chase it on the halfway line. Will earn Guiseley a throw on the halfway line. And it's looking to be a long one that's going to be delivered into the edge of the 6-yard box if it can. It has to make up some distance. It's a good delivery. Rhys McNally wins the header. Stopforth gets the ball back in there. It doesn't go out of play, so it's won back by Chester, who are a little bit more wily and winning possession back than the Lions are. Grand has it once again. He delivers into the box. Takes a deflection. Shot comes in from some distance that's high and wide. And behind for a goal kick. The Lions still trail. 63 minutes gone. It's Guiseley 0, Chester 1.
And so as soon as that ball went out in front of the stock stand, Hamza Ben Sharif and Kennedy Diggy into the area, and Brad Nicholson, having received the ball back, trying to get it into the box now.
Long ball up into the air, too difficult to deal with. Takes a touch off the Chester defender, Kevin Roberts. Solomon, left-hand side. He's going to play this one in. 6-yard box completely crowded, full of players. Whipped in by Solomon towards the back post where there's nobody. Overhit, poor delivery. Cleared, takes a deflection. Throw in for Chester.
But I would guess that's Lee Shaw over there.
Chester win the ball again, and Jackson has another run down this right-hand side, up against Brad Nicholson. He gets the cross in, up towards the back post. It's taken down really nicely, laid off here on the edge of the area. Shot comes in, blocked. Dudley's shot blocked before it gets to the goalkeeper. Scott Smith now makes the counter-attack move. Gabriel Johnson's tackled and then brought down, but no foul. The ball is now played over the top, and Jackson can have a chase. Jackson now on the right-hand side, up against Nicholson. Takes a shot, takes it, flashes across the face of the goal. It's obviously taken a deflection because the goal referee has given a corner to Chester, and the pressure remains on Guiseley. I don't think we'll see the substitute just yet, though, Nick, will we?
If he hadn't knocked it out for another corner.
Lee Shaw in the 6-yard box, but it's the 3 on the penalty spot that will probably be the target for Solomon. He whips this one into the penalty area. It's a decent delivery, but it's headed away. Jones will collect, though, can return it to Sang, who's some distance from goal, plays it into the penalty area. It's a poor ball, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Individual moments have been disappointing at the rare moments that we've had in the final third in this game. 10 minutes to go. A throw-in, level with the 18-yard box. Goes short this time to Solomon. Has to be better from Solomon. It's downhill. Scott Smith takes a shot from distance, flashes past the upright. Substitute Smith with perhaps the best effort the Lions have mustered so far this afternoon. It's gone behind for a goal kick.
Is that our first shot?
I think it is actually our first shot at goal.
And so for all that the game's been weirdly uneventful and we've barely had a chance, because it's only 1-0 and there's 8 minutes left on the clock, every time we get in a position like this, something unexpected could happen, couldn't it?
Throw into the box, unexpectedly headed away. Felix from distance takes a shot, takes a deflection, it'll be a corner.
We're only a hair's breadth away from getting back into it, and Chester are readying 2 substitutes.
Corner from this left-hand side, whipped into the box, goes over, takes a deflection, goes behind. He's given a goal kick. I thought there was a hand in there. What is he perhaps given it? I couldn't tell you which hand, but it felt like there's a hand in there. Goalkeeper's on the ground, boos around the ground, but I thought there was a hand in there. Did you see a hand?
I didn't think it was a goal kick, let's put it that way.
But whose hand, I don't know. But there was it felt like a hand, so it was either a free kick or a penalty or something, but not a goal kick. Now a long throw to come in from the left-hand side. This one launched in from Nicholson, up towards Brad Nicholson, to Hamza Ben Sharif rather. And Ben Sharif feels he's had a little nudge. A lot of responsibility, hasn't he?
He's got 4/5 of the pitch to himself at the moment, Colin.
Corner, right-hand side. Lots of bodies in the box then, as you can glean. Ball is not so good. Goes up towards the back post. There's a tumble in the box from Hamza Ben Sharif. It's not particularly convincing. The goalkeeper claims not a good corner, not a good set piece. Comfortable for Chester. It's picked up again. Oh, by Brad Nicholson. He loses it. There's McNally there to win it back. Goes up to the halfway line. McNally plays it forward. Finds Lee Shaw, right-hand side. A little bit of space here. Plays it to the right-hand side here. Overlapping run. The ball is crossed into the box. It's a good one. Goes up. Finds Newell. Back post. Newell. Shot blocked. Nathan Newell found a bit of distance. A bit too long on the ball to get the shot away. Solomon. Cross. Big shout for handball. Corner given. Don't know about that one. It's protest from Sang. Protest from Ben Sharif.
All 22 players will be in the Chester penalty area in front of the scoreboard at the railway end.
Has to be a good delivery from Solomon. Into the area. Headed away. And again, effective defensive work. Referee stopping play for a head injury, so we will reset. And it looks like George Waring, who's down on the ground. Hamza Ben Sharif, a little cluster of players. Referee urging the physio on, not forthcoming. So looks like it might have been a bit of a knock. Goalkeeper's also just on his haunches as well. It's going to be a throw for Guiseley in right back position.
No.
One last chance perhaps as we move it forward. Kennedy Diggy, he's got Nathan Newell out here on the left-hand side. It's a poor ball from Diggy. And the referee blows the final whistle. It's a win for Chester. And about right on balance of play. The Lions didn't play well enough in the final third. A couple of moments that just leave a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth. The final score here, Chester have won. It's Guiseley 0, Chester 1. Conway Russ O'Neill after the 1-0 home defeat to Chester at Russ. At the end of the day, a close game, but just on the wrong side of the only goal of the game.
Yeah, like you say, a real close game. To get done on a restart. I know they've beat Southport at the weekend 4-0, and I think 3 or 4 of them have come from corners as well. So we knew what they were, but stopping it's another thing. And to be fair to them, you can see where they are in the division. They're strong, they're aggressive all over pitch. They fight for first balls, second balls, and they lock you in on restarts. And I thought, we judge ourselves over these 5 years. We can't judge ourselves today because I just thought we didn't quite get to us max physically. And whether the 5 games that as we've just had previously took it out of us, I'm not sure. But you go back, take it over 5 games back to Hereford, and there's more or less the same players have done ever so well, and we can't really hold anything against them. But it just come off the pitch a little bit frustrated that we didn't feel as though we could physically impose ourselves on the game. But fair play to Chester. They've come and they've done the work. They've hit the crossbar as well from another corner. But other than that, I think if we could have nicked a feel for young Nathan there, he's got a shot there right in injury time that is going on target, it's going in the corner. And again, fair play to Chester. They've thrown themselves in front of everything to block everything. But take it over the previous 5 games, like we're saying, see if we can hit it the next 5 games in a similar manner.
All 3 subs used today, and the changes you made really made a difference, it seemed, in that final passage of play, like you say, with Nathan Newell coming close at the very end.
I just think, yeah, they did, and I just think it was sheerly down to energy, fresh legs, bringing energy on, and as the game went, we thought that we could. You go back to the Farsley game at the weekend, heavy pitch, 90 minutes all over on an heavy pitch, and I think it took its toll. And like you said today, the changes that we brought on, if anything, I just thought they'd give us an impetus or energy. And but like I say, I feel for Nathan there. I think it could have been a story there for him. But we move on again now. The lads have been fantastic. We're going to give them Tuesday night off because they really deserve it. And then we'll go back Thursday and work again and look to go on to another difficult game away at Altrincham.
And when you look back over this period, it's been a tough period, hasn't it? Hereford, York, Chester, former Football League teams with good setups, with good support, and a big derby against Farsley. How do you feel as a result of this period we've come out? Because we've had some good wins, haven't we?
I think we've come out a lot stronger than we were before we went in all honesty. We had back-to-back defeats at home before we went to Hereford. And, it's like we said constantly, it's a young group. We're coming up against a hybrid or full-time team, whatever Chester are, after that run of games. And it's difficult, but, we're going in the right direction. And, hopefully we can kick on over the next 5 games and judge ourselves again in another 5. And if we've done what we've done in the previous 5, we'll be there or thereabouts. But, on the day, maybe one game too far.
So Altrincham next week is another tough game to go. It's a team that's always in and around the top end of the division. How do we get back and face that team?
It'll be, like I keep saying in all my programme notes and all my interviews, every game's totally different, and we're going to Altrincham next week. Will be a completely different game to this. I think they've won 4 or 5 on the trot now, so they're a footballing team, more of a footballing team. Maybe that'll suit us, but I just think we need to regroup, get some energy back in his legs and have a good week's recovery, and then obviously we'll look next week to see if we can go to Altrincham and get another 3 points.